disqualified by the law cannot be entered into contract. Here the new question arises about the person who is disqualified by the law. If we see Indian contract of para from section 50 onwards to section 19A, there is a each section provides for the persons who are not able to enter into contract. In the contract, talking about first explaining essential, talking about essentials and minor are not able to enter into contract. If as per the Majority Act, if they are age of 22 years, then they will be able to enter into contract. Why? Because of the maturity level that they have. Second is that who is the person disqualified by the law? That can be unsound mind person or any drunken person. So this is explained through one of the following case. That is, this case is one famous in the contract law. That is, the case name is Mohiri PP versus Dharmadas Ghosh. In this case, the court held that the contract which was found was void ab initio. Void ab initio means it's void from the beginning itself in the contract. The second essential talking about who the person is qualified by law, starting from section 15 of Indian Contract Act. It talks about coercion. Coercion means it defined where somebody is committing or threatening somebody to do an act by forcing other person to sign into contract. In other section, it's talking about undue influence. Undue influence means we are influencing some other person to fulfill our aims. This is categorized into two parts, that is apparent relationship and fiduciary relationship. Apparent relationship is between father and son. These are the example, whereas in fiduciary relationship it's between doctor and patient, master and servant, teacher and student. So even though they are not excluded from the contract, but they are being protected from the law for the safety of not entering the risk of into contract. There are many provisions that can be supported. Like for example, we have read in IPC there is a section for murder also, where people who are under 7 years, if they commit an act or if they commit a crime, they will not be punishable, but they will put into other. Same as here in this case also, if they attain the majority as per the act only, they can have the legal right to enter into contract. But whereas if they are under age of 7 years, they will not be able to enter into contract, because in the courts of law the reasonability doubt would be followed to the person who has entered into contract with the minor. Same in this case, what I said in Mohiri People's Dharmadas Ghosh, there was a mortgage deed property between two people, and one of the person had made a contract with a minor, so it is considered as void ab initio. So this is one of the concept, one of the maths that we can apply here. Talk about more on section of under section 15. It mainly talks about the criteria of the person who have been able to enter into contract. For example, in the unsound mind of person, if some drunken person signs up in a contract by drinking more alcohol by his friend and signing into contract, the other friends had an intention to sign the contract by made him a drunken person. So there, the drunken person will not be liable for any contract. He will be considered as an unsound mind person, because in that time he don't have any capacity to know that what is there in the undersign of contract. Due to his not having the knowledge, he cannot be held liable, the other person will be held liable. This is what the main difference in section 11 of Indian Contract Act. So here section 11 of Indian Contract Act should be read with kept in mind 2 points. Is that one, the person who is not competent under the law for entering into contract, that is minor. Second is that person who is disqualified by law, unsound mind person, drunken person. So this is the main two essentials that we should be kept in mind while we read section 11 of the Indian Contract Act. If you have any queries, you can post it in comment. Please like, subscribe, share. This video is for only educational purpose.